Hey YouTube, it's skooterpoop here with a Dawngate video, and this is, I think, my best video yet. Maybe that's not exactly the right way to put it, but as you can see, Thrash is on my team again, which is really nice, and Rock TV. So some players. It's a pretty good team. And Thrash is going Renzo, and I think he's drunk. I'm not really too sure, but he said something before, like ISO drink, and I think he meant drunk, and then somebody else said he was drunk. I don't know. This game is very, very different. It's pretty much the reason I'm saying this is like the best game that I've posted so far, is just because it's so different. A lot of the games I've posted, I don't know. It's hard to it's easier to just witness it. But I'm going Kel because I love Kel. He's my most played shaper by far. And I'm like, hey, maybe I'll put a ward here, and then they're like just both here, so fuck. That's not. So I'm like, oh, they're starting top, and I'm looking bottom. I'm like, oh look, like Varian's down there. I didn't see the Petrus before. There's Petrus. Here I am. I'm like, oh, they started defense. And I'm like, wait a minute. That's a stupid thing to say. Because they're not. Rah! Get my 20 gold. Thank God for that 20 gold. Alright, so unfortunately we have a Kagen jungle. Kagen. That's just frustrating. So I'm just trying to see if maybe Nissa got Drain. He didn't, and I really would like to take Drain. We're facing a Biana Kindra lane combo. It makes me really want to take Drain. I'd really like to take Drain. Biana, honestly, should be a melee character. Like, with the amount of sustain she has, like, she can't be able to just attack people from a distance. It's retarded. Give me my 20 gold. Give me my fucking 20 gold. Yeah, so this heal lane. Look at that. Biana Q'd and it healed Kindra for just like a shit ton. Biana needs some more reduction, in my opinion. She just does too much. Like she can heal and protect. She has shields and heals. She can reduce healing. She's like Mortal Strikes, and she has so many instances of Mortal Strikes too that you can pretty much have it up indefinitely. And even if you don't need Mortal Strikes, it serves as an extra heal, which is, you know, whatever. Bullshit. And then your ulti is like the most fucking rigged shit. It's your Warwick, Malzahar, whatever. So look at her. I'm like, hey, she's low HP. This is great. We can kill her soon. But you can't, because she's just gonna like heal up shit. It's really annoying. And like, let's not forget that she's actually dealing damage with these spells that give her the shields and heals. Bam! And yeah, she just melts. I'm not really sure how she died so fast. Last time I saw her health was not that low, and then she just fucking died. I didn't even know her health when I attacked her. You were seeing my exact views, so yeah, she just died. Nissa must have hit with her Q when I thought it was an auto attack. That explains the extra damage she probably had. So yeah, it's going well so far. Kindra is like such an annoying shaper, but we're doing well, and I am Kel. Kel is pretty decent against Kindra. He has the ability to ulti into her and then eat her as well. And there Nissa decides to, instead of zoning, decides to give a free heal. Because you can't zone from behind the minion wave. I mean, like, you can, but it's pretty hard. And Kindra is not exactly someone that you're going to do that to. No gank. No gank from Kagen yet. Which is okay, you know. Because Kagen's like, get a nice little E there. My little sweep. I'm just harassing. Unfortunately, she heals a lot. Especially with Biana. And now this guy's like staying around. I don't know. And I'm just like, hey, I'll just do some damage to you. Because I can do that because I'm fucking Kel. And this Kagen's like showing himself, and I don't know. Like, fuck Kagen, man. This guy. I don't know. This guy's like my least favorite player in this game. I don't know. He may be like a really good player. Maybe I'm just really noob. But like, to me, this guy looked like the most noob person. Yeah. And we dove the shit out of that person. And then Petrus comes. I don't know how Nis became the target. I feel like she shouldn't have been the target there. Well, whatever. Bam, look at that, cut corners. And I'm like, yo, Petrus is 6. Be careful, guys. Hey, look, Petrus and Kendra in lane. Oh, guess what? You're dead, because you're fucking... whatever. I say careful, she says K, and then she dies. That's how that went. So I brought Pride, because Pride is really, really good. Just adds so much extra damage early game, and the fact that we were able to melt Viana before, like, I feel like with this Pride, it's gonna be so much worse for her. So much worse, because I won't be afraid to just like stay there autoing her anymore. So I'm staying back because I'm assuming Viana's gonna come. I'm sorry, Kendra's gonna come, but she goes around, and I don't think she still sees me, so I get some free damage here. Bam. She blinks away, so she doesn't catch the second hit of my Q, and she gets healed by Viana because she's OP as fuck. But you know, it's okay. Kendra's level 6 though, and I'm not. But Viana's level 4, and that's decent. This Kagen is 6, but he's pretty much the worst Kagen in the world. So, nah, I shouldn't be so bad, but yeah, I'll let you be the judge. You be the judge. I think so far he's doing a really shitty job. He came to lane with like full HP, now at half. Just took a bunch of free harass, and I'm not really sure what for. Bam, get melted. I could have gotten maybe one more auto there, but it's fine. What I'm really just looking forward to is getting my ulti as fast as possible. Kel is just stupid. I'm just like, here, have some damage. Make sure to get that extra auto on her, because that Pride's gonna burn her right up. And I really want to go in now, but we need to push up the lane. And he's just gonna keep queuing and healing. It's really fucking retarded. But I still feel like maybe we can kill her. I just immediately ulti, and that worked out really well, or pretty well. Bam, deflect, and this is a little sad here. I could have W'd, but I didn't think it would do much because she. And I think I'm actually right here, but I was waiting for my E to be up, and it was just not. I was so close to being up. If I had gotten the E, and I say in chat, like, if I had gotten the E, that would have been the most solid fucking dive ever. But Kendra does get a kill, and you really don't want Kendra to get a kill. But she died, and that's really, really good. Even more is this is just going to push tower, and I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm coming bot. Because look at these guys' health. They're really low. I'm a fucking Kel. That has a glory. So that's awesome. Most people don't like glory at all. And that's fine. I feel like just it's a lot of power that you get really early into the game. It's just really good. Like, I get such a fast Pride. And like, people don't like getting Pride because glory isn't as good, but like, you're getting just free acceleration, so. And this Kagen shows up with like no HP again! It's so annoying. Like, it's okay if he's just like crashing in the lane a little bit, but he like sticks around like he's gonna do something. And you know the only thing he's gonna try to do is hook, and when he hooks he's gonna like die instantly. And I did not realize that Kendra was here. Did not realize at all. This variant feels pretty safe. Yawn OP. And Viana's the one who's not here. It's really strange that she's not here. I don't know. But yeah, I definitely got a will, because, you know, Viana, Kendra lane is like all magic, so. I failed my poke there really hard. I should have W'd, Q'd, at least, and then backed up or something. Now my ulti's up. I'm like, guys, let's do this shit. And I'm like, holy shit, they're all here. Get my ulti, but it's not looking good. Kendra just gets to go on me for free with like full HP. And we only killed one person, so it's a 1-for-1 exchange until this motherfucker, I swear to God, is just, ugh, he's so fucking, just irritates me. Like, maybe it's not so much that he's like a really bad player, it's just that he does absolutely like 0 good things. Yeah, I just don't see anything from this guy. Whatever. Spoilers. Spoilers. It's like every time you see him on screen, you're like, oh, shit's gonna suck. Is what you're gonna think. So I'm sorry for giving you these preconceptions. And this is bot now, so this is the only one on our team with Gladiator. And probably should have just like stayed top. Now Kendra's here. We have that ward. And I'm like, holy shit, Kendra's 4-1. So that sucks. Bam. Yeah, I took some damage there. That sucked. But, you know, decent regen. Also bought another Will. I don't really feel bad about sacking Will in this game at all. Because I should have stayed there. And then he misclicked, he said. Well, you'll see it there. Miss. Click. Yeah, so just because like magic resistance is like kind of shitty in this game, as everyone who's played it kind of knows, stacking wilds just feels really good. So I'm like, oh my god, shit, team. Bam. And I could have made a really good play here, I think. Maybe not. Right now it's a little tough. But I think there's a point I could have ultied Barry and it would have been really good. No, I guess not. Maybe I'm thinking of another game. I was probably thinking of another game. And I make this like... I thought that was going to be a terrible decision. Yeah, he is pretty good. I was just able to disengage there. More bad decisions. And Kindred just goes in. Petch gets stunned. And bam, I ulti Kindred in the back. And feel really good about it. And I don't get my deflect off. If I had deflected there, that would have been potentially far more solid. We do get the Kindred. I think Petrus would have died. And maybe one more person would have lived. Maybe Kagan. Yeah, and it's just like the problem was like after I died in that brush, they lost vision because and I know somebody has ward. Like there's 2 top. I think there's like there was one bot or something, or not. Now there is one. No, somebody totally 3 people had ward. 2 to 3 people had ward, and nobody put it there. That sucked. Yeah, so I bought a purity, and that's because I am definitely going to build a devotion at some point. I know for sure I'm building a devotion at some point in this game. So I'm telling Nissa to go top because there's like a shitload of farm there that is really good for her. Ooh. Oh, the heals. And instead she dies instead of getting all the good farm. And who gets the farm? Kagan. This motherfucker is annoying, but I'm Kel, so I can get out easily. I'm not gonna spoil it. I'm gonna try to control myself. But something cool happens. I'll point it out later. So yeah, this team. Ugh, this team. Ugh, that Renzo is really good. He was able to just like punch me, Q me, punch me, and just build like 4 stacks of inspiration. I wish I were that good. And here I just like try to make a play and completely fail. It's okay, guys. Kagan's here. He doesn't have ulti. I'm not really sure when he used it. I never really noticed Kagan ultis. He might have done one that play that we both died. I don't remember. But it doesn't do any damage on the return trip, just on the forward trip. This game is depressing. So he ulti's there, and I'm like, shit, I gotta come as fast as I can. Let's go. Spam Q all day. And I always feel so good about leveling, maxing my Q. Just because I get the mobility. I didn't spam it again that time, but I should have. And I'm like, oh shit, perfect. And I ultied, and I think I missed Kendra. Bam. Bait. Bait it. I'm just gonna keep going in. And I got to deflect this time, which is really good. Bam. And I gotta make sure I don't die to this variant. And he is able to blink out. And we get the kill, and it's beautiful. It was so fucking perfectly executed. And yeah, I don't know why they kept staying against the Kel. Like, pretty much every time my cooldowns were going up, like, they were gonna get comboed. So it was just weird. So I'm like, Kendra up, oh shit. Really, really bad. And I don't know, Thrash is definitely drunk or something. But he's able to get out. Ugh. So I get Resolve because I want to stay in fights as long as possible. I need some magic resist, and I didn't have enough to build the devotion. I needed to get more magic resist. After that back, I stayed out with 2 wills and a purity that whole time, and if everyone else like went and bought items, and I come back with like nothing, I'm just gonna be in a bad position. So I get Resolve. Resolve is a really good pickup. Pretty much no matter what. I'm not able to stop this guy. Maybe I should have walked through the brush. I'm not sure. And we see Kendra and we back. Cause Kendra is like fucking insane. Look at this mobility. Look at that mobility, Kello P. Look at that fucking hook, man. I fucking like Hagen. Bam. Throw a fucking sheep. Or actually, it's like a lion or something. Whatever. I'm still gonna call him a sheep. I'm just gonna pretend that sheep is his name, so when I throw a sheep, it makes sense. It's like I'm throwing him. Or her. Whatever. I call it him. So my ulti's up. Tailwind is up. Ugh, fuck. What up, Kendra? Q. And I see that little ward there. Bam. What up? What up, sons? I don't feel it. Once they back off, you definitely want to reactivate a Q as fast as possible. You don't want to be in a position to die, but you want to just get it off cooldown like immediately. And it doesn't go on cooldown until the duration runs out or you go. So I did it, just like Varus's E. So yeah, this is a really rough fight. They have Renzo and Viana, so they just have like so much stall power. And our Kagen is essentially useless. Nissa was in a very bad position here. And we're just poking really well. And I go in, get this massive E, try to give my friends some comfort. And I deflect, but it's not enough to survive the Kendra. I was looking for the Kendra to ulti, and I could not for the life of me see her. I hate when assassin characters are all tiny, but it wasn't too bad. It was me for Kendra. And that's a really, really good trade. It's a really good trade. So they lost a lot of damage there. Unfortunately, I still don't have enough for devotion, and there's absolutely no way I can spend more money now at this rate. We're just gonna keep like losing fights. I can't lose the money like that. Yeah, and Thrash is definitely drunk. So yeah, our score is not great. 12 to 14. they're capturing our spirit well, and this Kagen is pretty useless, but he gets 2 people on the hook there. He's doing stuff, and he baited them, and I'm like, let's go in, and they tailwind away, and I'm like, fuck, I'll just go back to creeps then. My one true love, creeps. Gotta farm that shit. And I'm like, hey guys, let's take it. And I don't know, they're taking like the little minions and they don't even come. I don't know, man. They also get a ward on it. What, Nowness is pinging it? Like, ugh. Just badness. Just bad play. And now it turns out they're like all bot anyway. They're all here. And so what I'm doing here is I desperately need devotion. For our next fight, I need to have devotion. It's a really important buy. I maybe should have not bought resolve in the first place, just because devotion is so important. Devotion, for those who don't know, is Aegis, pretty much. Gives the aura, gives magic resist to everybody, and if they fed Kindra, or essentially a really fed Katarina, that magic resistance for your team is really important. Yeah, so I just needed to buy it immediately, so I did 2 jungle camps, got enough, and I get devotion. So I now have that nice utility. I have over 100 magic resist finally, so I reduced magic resistance. I'm sorry, magic damage in half, which is really good. And look at all this farm. It's good shit. Sometimes it's not great to push up. I mean, like in that case, it just was not very great to push up. Because like now, what are they doing? Like their team, like they don't have many places to go. Like we're closer to our base. It's harder to kill us. In addition, Parasite's up. Oh, I just cracked my neck. So good. So we get the same place warded. My ward is a little sword. It's pretty cool. Yeah, so I cut magic damage in half, and I helped my teammates also survive longer. So just devotion, it was just really essential to our team. People like really just do not value this item high, and I think it's because of the lack of experience, or maybe it's just like the fact that every item is good. It's harder to feel the effects of this item, but yeah, he missed the hook, of course. But whatever. Ugh. I see this Petrus and I just want to block him off. He's really fast, so I go up so I can cut him off no matter what. And I'm like, what up, son? And I'm like, fuck it. I'm not really sure what's going on here. Like, they're harassing, and it's stupid. And I'm like, okay, let's fight. And then my team just like backs up immediately. I Q out, but then Thrash goes in, Nissa goes in. They're like pretty much full HP. And our Kagen, of course, dies. And at this point I'm like, oh shit, we're gonna die. So I tailwind Shirelius and just get the fuck out. But my heal went out. I can go over ledges, so it's really good. I can make up time there and just increase distance. Survive Thrash, survive. And I get more heals from Purity, which is, or I'm sorry, Devotion. Because Devotion is the only one of the items that builds from Purity that keeps Purity's healing, I think. Or maybe there's one other. I know one is Pestilence. Pestilence doesn't. Oh, there it is, Harmony. I don't think Harmony does either. It gives like health regen, but it's not a heal. So Devotion's good in that respect as well. And it's a more powerful heal than Purity. So I don't know. Yeah, I think just Devotion is really undervalued for whatever reason. I think getting magic resist on your entire team is so good. Like, how is that bad? I don't know. Do you want it to be like stronger? Like, it's so strong already. I don't know. What people like to do is they like to analyze things in terms of like points to money or money to points. I don't know. They try really hard to be really efficient with their money. And although that's like really good and important, at the same time you have to realize that there's always going to be like situations that those items are like really, really important. Like in this situation, like against a fed magic caster, and it doesn't have to be this game. It can be any game with a fed magic caster. Kindra is more dangerous than others because of those resets. And yeah, that devotion is just it stops a lot of damage. There's no other real way to look at it. And he gets a hook. He gets a hook, unfortunately, right out of their Renzo or our Renzo's Renzo thing, statue, masterpiece, which sucks. And I'm like, Tailwind, and he was really fast there. I want to go in, so I go in. Ulti, E, then I Q this, and I tank tower because fuck you, I'm Kel, I'm a boss. Do whatever the fuck I want. Yeah, I just Q those creeps so I can attract their attention. Then I try to deal more damage to them, which unfortunately makes me stay longer. But whatever. With Glory, taking wells is really good for Kel. A really good support would not take the creep kills there, but I pretty much always do it with Kel, and I probably always will. Unless like I get competitive and I'm on a team or something. It's just, I don't know, like items are just really important, and although it's good for my team to have items, like in this game I feel kind of shafted a little bit. I don't know. I have like the lowest number of kills outside of Kagen, having 0 because he's useless. And it just doesn't happen too often. So my next buy is Adamance. Adamance gives me damage on every instance of my damage, which is just really good. It also gives me that sort of, it gives me like a Random Omen-ish effect that activates off of them having attacking me like 5 times. I try to last hit that fail because Sheep doesn't do much damage. And only 1 hit. The damage comes from both hits. So the mobility's too good. What up, Renzo? And Petrus is here. So there's no way I'm going in, but they ward that. Yeah, so Adamance, every like time somebody attacks you for the 5th time, then you like release a little area effect slow that reduces their attack speed too. So it's like a little Random Omen kind of effect. Really, really good. And make sure to bring haste over to the bush, because it's harder for Petrus to steal that way, I think, because he has to go into the open area from his W, and he probably won't have vision in there anyway, so I see that my ward is up in like 10 seconds, so I really want to put it down at this point. I think getting a ward on Parasite is really important, and they're kind of zoning me to make sure I can't. And this guy's gonna go in on me, and I'm just like, rah! And I see Kindra, and I immediately try to turn on her, but I'm gonna defect down, but it's not good enough. The carries run like really far away from us, and it's just not great when they do that, because Kindra's just gonna burst them down, and there's like nothing we can do about it. Like, we went in, and they went back because of Kindra. I don't know. It was questionable. It's good to get out of the way of everybody else, but pretty sketchy. I really should have placed ward when I went on Petrus, but I was too busy reading the situation where everybody was. That's how I noticed that Kindra was behind. So there was just no way I could have really placed that ward without sacrificing some of the speed I had and the reaction time. And we just miss the Parasite. And I hate Kagen. God damn it, Kagen. Take that. I need some water. And Yeah, that was kind of a hurtful thing to say. But it's so true, like, I'm just so sick of Kagen. I'm so sick of people picking Kagen on my team and just sucking with him. Like, Kagen doesn't do, like, he probably does the least damage of everybody. And his tanking ability is, like, not any higher than others. It's just, you just build him tanky. Like, his kit is not, like, especially made for, like, a tanky kind of character. I mean, no, it's made for a tanky character. He's just, he lacks, I don't know. Like, his one stun and, like, a slow, which is okay, but, like, he pretty much just has one stun. That's pretty shitty for a tank. You know, Cerulean has a slow and a flip. Kel has a slow, mobility, his ulti, and the knockup. You know, Reyna has a slow and her knockup and her AoE stun ulti. Like, there's just, you know, they can tank better just because they have like CC skills at the very least. And he just doesn't. He has this one stun, and it's not even that great unless you like remove and consume the stacks that you're putting on them with your W and shit. Like, it's just, he's not that great. He's pretty fucking crap. So the fact that he like does absolutely no damage means that you're pretty much just supporting your team. Like, if your team is doing poorly, then you're useless. It's just how it is. And Varus gets some really fucking nice damage on that Petrus there. Kindra runs in, but we're not gonna let her do anything. I ulti her on top of all of our damage, and we just crush her. And we just 4-for-0 exchange here. I get the slow, unfortunately missed the E, and he's able to escape. That was a pretty good try. I could have been faster on the Q, and if I had, then that E would have hit, I think. And I believe that we would have killed him. So they're like, the creeps are like pushing our base, and we're tanking this tower, taking turns tanking it. I think it could have been done more effectively, but for just like a random team put together, wasn't bad. That devotion's pretty good. Yeah, so now I decided to do subjugation, reduce people's powers and damage, power by 10, damage by 10%. It's just really good. I have so, like, every single one of my skills is potentially AoE, so I can hit many people with my skills and affect them all with subjugation. And it's just gonna protect my team. It's really the whole point of me right now, because if I don't do this, if I like go aggressive, then Kendra's just gonna rock. Like, she's just gonna kill everybody and have crazy AoE and sustain, and then it doesn't matter what my items are, like, I'm just gonna die too. So my goal is just to make my team survive and outlast the Kindra. I'm just gonna CC and protect my team. Thrash is drunk and dies. I don't know if he's really drunk, but I'm gonna keep saying it. Yeah. So my items, you know, they're interesting. I still have resolve, and Thrash lets us know the Diana ult's down, which is not like that great. Like, it's great that it's down, but like, it's down because it already served its purpose. Like, the whole point of it is to take somebody out of the fight like immediately. So it did that. Like, that's not really, it's just not compensation because she got an effective ult. That's not like you baited it and lived. You fucking just died to it. So it doesn't matter that it's down. Still 5v4. So yeah, he wards this, harass him, keeping the Q out. Kagen's being, I don't know. Ugh. Quitters never win. It's almost like he just fails at everything in life. Oh man, I'm getting so mean. But it's almost like that's the case, you know? It's like quitters never win. Like I was so bad and people told me to quit, but I didn't. So watch this. This is great. Kendra jumps on me, or I think maybe he jumped on Varus. Now that I think about it, I thought he jumped on me, like was targeting me, because I was like being focused before, and I was getting lower in HP. So I think Kendra might have jumped on me, and I was mid queue, so it brought her to my team, and she just died. That was the funny moment I hinted out earlier. But after watching it again, she might have just blinked at Paris. I'm not sure, and I'm not going to watch it again. So yeah, subjugation, I think is really showing its stuff here. You know, we were losing this pretty hard. They had complete control, and now it's 27 kills to 19. We have Vim advantage, which is great. Our damage is dealing damage. I'm able to tank a little bit. I have 2.8k HP with almost 300 armor and 142 magic resist. It's really good. It's really strong. I don't know why they give so much armor in this game. They love giving away armor, and they don't love giving away magic resist. I guess it's because crits can deal like thousands of damage really fast, so it makes sense for armor to be high. But yeah, like 300 armor is 75% damage reduction from physical. Like, that's a lot of damage I'm reducing. That is crazy. For those who don't know, the formula for reduction with armor and magic resist is x over x plus 100. So if you have, like, you know, 100 might be a magic number, so like 100, if you have 100 armor, then it's 100 over 200, which is half. So you reduce damage by 50%. So the lower the armor and magic resist is, the more effect it has. Like the first, I don't know, if you have 0, then you reduce 0 damage. And if you have 50, it's 50 out of 100. So those 50 points gave you 25% reduction, which is awesome. The next 50 points give you, altogether, it gives you 50%. I'm sorry, did I say 25% before? I meant 33%, a third. I try to steal it, oh, I fail. And we're just gonna get raped here. I just blink out, but I'm not sure if it really matters. And this is just like runs in and dies. Thrash is like trying to do stuff, not really. And I'm just like, rah, maybe I can counter gank this, and I just like ulti in and E and W and just, oh, it fails really hard. I failed really hard there. I didn't notice this until the end of the game, but Varus didn't actually die. Oh, I guess I kind of spoiled it for the rest of the game, but yeah, he just doesn't die. I thought that was pretty cool. So I get another resolve here because the passive is stackable, and I noticed I had a lot of money anyway, so I decided to get empathy because, again, my goal is to make my team survive as much as possible. I did this build on Desecrator earlier, who I'm not very good with, and it was a very low tier game. It was on my Smurf. Just because I was trying him out, and I kind of like the theory of this build. The other resolve is going to become Hope, so I'm going to have Empathy, which has the effect of damage that's being done to my allies. A percent of that is redirected to me, so it just makes me a better tank. It makes me soak up their damage, and they survive longer. In addition, I'm going to have Hope, which makes it so that when I get to like whatever, 20 or 25% HP, the empathy is gonna turn off because it can't. Like, it would just kill me. And the hope would activate, and hope gives a lot, but like doubles your like armor and magic resist. So that's really good. And subjugation lowers their damage in general, and devotion increases our defenses. So again, lowers their damage in general. So I really like this build. My other two items are some damage, like the most efficient damage items I can really afford to get. Adamance and glory. So I'm like, oh shit, we actually like killed them. Clear these creeps, and then he gets a stun, so I'm just like, fuck this shit, it's over. Great catch by Thrash. And yeah, that's definitely game. All 5 dead, all 5 cores dead. We just gotta finish. But yeah, I really like this build. Yeah, as I was saying before, so 33 for the first 50 points you get of armor magic resist, you have 33% reduction. After that, you get an additional 17. If you have 200, then it's 200 over 300. You reduce 66%, 2/3. So that's like an additional 16 points that you get in that next 100 points of armor magic resist. So it has depreciating value. But yeah, I was reducing a lot of fucking damage that game. I gave karma to everybody, because that's the nice thing to do. I'm just surprised you won that game. So you rock TV didn't die at all. We started coming together as a team more. I'm fairly sure that Kagan was useless. His W and E were, you know, probably relevant to some degree, but yeah. I get the win of the day, and not the win of the day. I got the really good roll. Don't have the win of the day, but I ended up getting karma anyway. I was really happy with that. And earlier today, I got Mara, which is really cool. But yeah, I ended up getting just these 2 Spirit Stones, which I think just become currency, because I think I have max. I didn't even know I have max wisdom, blue Sarasota wisdoms, but yeah. And I already have scavenger, so still an awesome game. 85 destiny is really good. And yeah, that item build just, it seems really potentially, I don't know about broken, but it seems like a really nice core tanky support kind of build, because it reduces so much damage. It really does. Between like devotion, subjugation, empathy forcing damage on me, and then hope just making me tankier so that I can survive after taking all that damage. Yeah, I think what I would have done after that is sell the adamants. Because even though it's really nice to slur, actually no, I do want to keep the adamant. I would sell glory, and what I would do is I would take rebirth. Rebirth is a really nice health item that when you hit like that, you know, that 20 or 25% point, you start healing like crazy. You heal so much HP, and it's just a really good combo with hope, because you end up healing a lot and you end up gaining a lot of armor and magic resist. So you just become like really unkillable for a little bit, and that's awesome. So I think that would have been my final build. I probably would have had like close to 3.5k HP with a crazy amount of armor, like at least 300 armor, with I think 150 or so magic resist. Just solid damage reduction for my team with the CC. It's a really cool build, and it's just nice to be able to experiment with the late game kind of kill build, because honestly, I don't really get to late game with kill a lot. He's just really good. He's like my best. Like I said, he's my best. I've played him I think 18 times altogether, and I've won 14 out of those 18. I have close to 80% win ratio with him, so it's really not too often that I get to really have a full build, and that was really fun for me. And it was fun trying to play against a Kindra who is fed and winning, because that doesn't happen too often for me either. So I think I'm gaining a lot of progress, and to prove it, I have here we go, rank 163, made the leaderboard, top 200 of Dawngate, which feels awesome. Over 60% win ratio. And you can see a little icon of Kel. It shows, I think, your most played. Yeah, so it's just awesome. Just everything's awesome. So thanks for watching. And sorry I always come up with these Kel videos. I can't help it. He's just so cool. I will try to come out with more. But yeah, thanks for watching, and until next time. Oh, it doesn't want to end.